friends, it's Gwen and I am back today with another scrapbooking process video. It's Monday and on Mondays we Maggie, so I am using the carousel collection for this layout, and the idea for the page all began with this one pattern paper. It is called Festival and I had about half a sheet left over of it, and I thought, you know what, let's just fussy cut out all of the tag elements from the pattern paper and use those as a bit of a starting point and an element in the background of my layout. Now, I also have from the carousel collection this giant chipboard element that is a cotton candy machine, and I got to thinking, it's not the kind of element that I'm really going to be searching for in the future, and it is quite square, so it kind of goes with the background elements that I have already going on for this layout. Oh, I was just pointing out to you there, I'm just keeping the edges really interesting. I've talked about this a little bit before on my channel, and yeah, just when I was looking to place the photo there, I wanted to make sure that all of the lines didn't meet up. So I wanted to place it in a position where if you were to draw a line around the edge of all of the elements, they would make an interesting shape. So that's how I got that. Yeah, and I'm placing the big cotton candy chipboard piece first. I knew I wanted that on this page. I was going to measure it for you. It is it's 3.5 inches tall by 2 inches wide. So it's really quite big. It's almost as big as what a photo could be. And I don't know, I felt in my heart that if it wasn't going to get on this layout, it probably wasn't going to get on a layout at all. So I really, really wanted to make it work. So the key to doing that for me is to place it very early on in the design process. So that's what I have done with that one. And for the rest of the page and for the rest of the design, I'm just really going to build on that. I've got my photo locked into position, the chipboard pieces in position, and all of those background elements are all locked into position as well. So it's really just a matter now of working with more medium-sized embellishments and using those to fill out the page. It's quite interesting actually, for this collection I seem to have a bit of an imbalance between how much pattern paper I have left over and how much of the embellishments I have. I've clearly overbought embellishments because there are packs there that aren't even open yet. There's a die cut pack that hasn't even been opened, and I'm very, very light on in terms of the pattern papers. In fact, the border frame there, that one is from the collection, but I had already gutted it. It had already had the center part cut out, and obviously I've used that on another layout. So I had to draw from my stash and add a plain piece of cardstock just to get the 12 by 12 base out for this layout, which is really interesting because, yeah, I know that I am quite an embellishment heavy scrapbooker, so it's unusual for me to have embellishments left over in bulk. I'm more likely to have paper left over. So yeah, clearly I kind of tried to compensate for that for this collection, but way over purchased. So it's nice to actually get quite a few of these elements on the page. And I end up pulling bits and pieces from the chipboard sheet, the die cut pack, which I did go through with you just then, and a couple of the, what were they called, puffy stickers. They're really shiny too, puffy stickers. Oh, and a couple of that balloon there at the top there, that's actually from one of their sticker sheets. Now I am cheating here a little bit, and I have cut a couple of the ticket elements from the die cut pack in half, and that's just to stretch them out over the page. And I'm really just rolling with that whole I don't know, design idea of the tickets and the tabs, and it being quite a rectangular blocky style layout. And I feel like I kind of boxed myself into a corner with that a little bit because I just had so many rectangles from that pattern paper, and then the really large rectangle chipboard piece. Oh yes, now what I did do, which was quite fun, these are stickers from the collection, and they're very transparent. They're like a clear sticker, and to be honest, I've really in the past struggled to use them because of them being so clear and like sheer. Anytime I've put them down on a page, the words have gotten quite lost. So I figured out a way to work around that, and that is to add them onto some really plain white cardstock. I suppose I could use pink too, or just like a plain unpatterned paper or cardstock. And then I've just trimmed them out with my paper trimmer to make sure they're nice and square, and then really just use them as a die cut or as an embellishment piece. So they're no longer a sticker, and in fact that top one near the balloon there, that one is raised up on some 3D foam. So it's really got the look now of a die cut piece rather than a sticker. So I end up getting 3 of those onto the layout. The one up the top there says Magical Moments, and then there is one that ends up down underneath the cotton candy machine. That one says Sparkle Every Day, and then the other one ends up over on the left near the bottom of the photo there on the left near Caitlin, and it says Remember This. And that actually ends up being the title for the page. So remember this delightful day. We are at Disney many years ago, and yeah, with our ears on, we wore those ears the whole time. I love them. I still have them. I wish I could wear them every day. And yeah, the delightful day banner piece was a die cut, so was the floral element there as well. So I did, considering I had that fussy cut out paper with the tabs there, I did get quite a few other elements on this layout, which I'm really happy about. So things are getting serious because I am gluing things down, just going around the page as I normally do, adding a little bit of liquid adhesive under everything. I just prefer the liquid glue, even when I have used a double-sided tape. And it's at this point that I kind of thought I was finished until I kind of held it up and went, no, it has a lot of those medium-sized embellishments, but there's not really anything in here that's a small detail. So to fix that, I decided to pull out some sequins. These are from Spiegel Mum Scraps, and I believe they're called Storybook. I will leave a link below just in case I get that wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's Storybook. And they're really pretty, really lovely colors. The blues match perfectly. The little pink peachy tones are really sweet and lovely. So they are the perfect addition to this page, and I do end up adding them in 3 sort of clusters to help draw the eye around the page. So it will be top right, middle right, and then bottom left. And yeah, that kind of creates a bit of a visual triangle, helps lead the eye around the page, and it fills in that missing gap where I didn't have what I felt was enough of those smaller embellishments to really round out the page. The gold hearts that you see there as well, I like that they're a little bit larger than the sequins, and they are a Maggie Holmes embellishment as well. I want to say they came from Open Book. I've had them for ages. There was a big packet of them, so I'll probably be using them for the rest of my life when I'm adding 2 and 3 to a page at a time. But they're really lovely. I love how they kind of round out everything as well. And that will finish up the page for this one, my creative friends. Thank you so much for being here. If you like the way that I scrapbook or the way that I chat about the way that I scrapbook, I would love it if you would give this video a thumbs up. As always, I will leave you with some close-up images at the end of the video. And if you have any questions at all, please leave them in the comments below. I'm absolutely loving this series. I can't believe we're up to episode 16 already. I've been able to get through so much of my Maggie Holmes stash, so it's a win-win-win, I say. Yeah, so here's your close-up images, lovelies, and I will see you all in the next video. Until next time, bye!